It's 6 a.m.
What's up, everyone? We're in a new Airbnb in Champaign, Illinois, knocking door-to-door sales. Yesterday we had 3 sales. The day before that we had 1. We're making the most of our time here. We're doing things that are hard and just pushing myself forward, and especially being around a group of like-minded individuals. We have a lot in store for us. Let's see what it entails. Let's go. We're about to go to the gym. We're gonna hit back and shoulders and abs. Today's going to be a great day. Let's go. We arrived here on Monday. Right now is Thursday. We started selling on Tuesday. It's a big day today, and so far we've been focused on our sleep. So just getting our sleep right and entering REM sleep, especially since we are sober right now. Ever since Tyler, Texas, we had a week off, and then we came back out here. So I'm just getting my habits right, my thoughts right, because you know, I'm an individual on a great path in this life, and I can't let anyone get me down, especially myself, because it's a battle between yourself and yourself. You versus you. You know, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Don't compare yourself to, you know, other people who are beating you in this life. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. As you can see last night, it just had snowed. I'm just super focused. All I'm focused on is success and just creating this for my life. I'm not focused on anything else.
Just stay cool. Leave it how you want to hold. Let it come to you. Just stay cool. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out.
It's 2 p.m. We just had to wait at the car place for about an hour because one of our tires popped. You know, that's what you have to handle on the road. But yeah, we're about to go out and knock. Today's been a great day. I've had a great pump, but yeah, I'm just focusing on controlling my mind. Self-control, impulse control, mind control. Being able to control my mind and do what I need to do regardless of how I feel. Stop being so focused on the pleasures in life. And right now what I'm truly focused on is focusing on my future and putting great content into my mind that's going to help me grow as an individual. I want to see how good that life can get. I want to see how good life can get through how good that I can get within myself through personal development. That's all I care about.
Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Getting ready for war. For the day. We out here.
Let's go. Big day, baby.
Hey.
Come on.
Champaign, Illinois. It's amazing out here. Just got dropped off in Hood. Right now we're life maxing and we are out in the cold selling, and we're doing what we need to do to become successful. So 4 days out to today's gonna be an amazing day. I just spent like 15 minutes at this random person's house. They wanted to go through with it, but then they didn't even have an email, and then they were rushing me because they said they had something going on. And then we got to the card and yeah, he backed out. He said he didn't even have a card. Rather than, you know, just spending negative energy on that, what just happened outside my control, I'm gonna focus what I can make happen that's inside of my control. You gotta focus on the inputs. Let's get it. Out here, just closed our first deal at 5 o'clock. That's crazy. This is how the door-to-door life is. But yeah, I spent a long time with those last people that I sold. Some guy just crashed out on me, asking me for my permit, my soliciting license. You know what Thomas Touhy finally has? A soliciting license. You know, I kept my confidence high, you know, my aura, my energy high. I didn't lose confidence. I wasn't scared. Control what you can. That's how you become great. closed our second deal of the day. We had to work really hard for both of our sales today, and it's just crazy how door-to-door works, you know. We're here. Shout out the street. But yeah, life is good. 2 deals on the day. We had to work hard for that. All right, we're here. Thomas Touhy out in the middle of the darkness. We just closed our third sale of the day. Yesterday we had 3, and the day before that we had 1. Let's go. We're killing it out here. But it is cold. It did definitely get cold after the sunset, so it's literally no street lights, just Thomas Touhy and a flashlight. I set a goal to hit 45 accounts this month. Right now I'm at 37. Dude, it's actually crazy. Alright, it's 8 p.m. We just got done, and yeah, we're back at the house. We are about to take a shower, and we ended off with 3 sales on the day. This B&B is nice, you know, I've been in nicer places, but there was a ton of things that happened to me today that I want to talk about. I'm just focused on creating the best life for myself. That's why I'm taking the actions that I am every single day, but I also want to continue taking the right actions to create the right result. You know, I'm so obsessed with this. Success is all I want, and I've sacrificed so much for it, but it's not even close to how much work we're going to have to do, how much sacrifice we're going to have to make for the success that I'm trying to create in this life, because it is large. I'm trying to create a life that other people do not live, so it's going to take work that other people are not putting in. I'm trying to run away from comfort. I'm about to take a really nice shower. We're going to be ending the day off tonight. Alright, so I see so many people successful where I'm at, or see so many people having the success that I want to create. And I have to know that it's God's timing with what I want to accomplish in my life. I have a journey, and that everything is happening for a reason. But today I want to talk about what happened on the doors, the conversation I had with somebody I sold, and he was asking me if this is commission only or base pay. I told him it was commission only. He asked me how old I was. I told him 21. And he told me if I was doing something out. He asked me if I was doing something outside of it, and I told him no, I'm doing this full time. It's full commission. And he told me, "Oh, you must be scraping by." And obviously, I'm not scraping by, but he kind of singled out exactly what I've been doing since October 17th, my first day of doing this job, knocking door to door. That I did take the risk, and I am living on full straight commission. I've been doing that ever since July of 2025. So I took that risk, and it's just crazy how one day in the past I dreamed of being at where I am right now. In the past, for so long, I was letting what I didn't know stop me. I was letting that risk stop me. I didn't want to be in a full commission job because I thought it would be too hard for myself. I didn't want to give it a shot and see how it was. That's why you don't know how things will go until you at least give it a shot, you know? You can't judge a book by its cover. And that's what I also want to say is just anyone who is struggling with fears or doubts or uncertainty of making content, posting it online. It's so important to take that risk. You'll never find that full potential if you don't take that risk. You won't find out the result if you don't actually go and do it. You know, closed mouths don't get fed. So you are beautiful. You have so much worth, and you know, you can't be letting your own fears stop you from sharing your own story into the world, to share knowledge and wisdom, because this whole goal is to help people, to impact lives, to change lives for the better, and to leave a positive impact on this world. And that's how I pursue my purpose, is talking to you guys and sharing the knowledge, the wisdom I've been able to receive throughout my journey, and be able to talk about the future that I'm going to create within my life, because I know it is going to be so great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Today was a good day, but tomorrow we have to have an even better one. We're going to battle with ourselves and who we were yesterday. Constant growth, constant evolution, constant building. Let's get it. I just want to say that nobody is coming to save you. You know, you have your own life, and you have these problems, these difficulties on a daily basis. Nobody's coming to save you. When I was weak, when I was depressed, and when I was lost in life, nobody was coming to save me. I had to start creating a life of importance. I had to start taking my life seriously to create this person and version that I had created in my mind as a reality within this world. You have to become relentless. You have to do the things that you hate, and that's what's going to build you up into a greater person. Doing the things that are hard when everyone else quits, when nobody believes in you, when it's in the dark and nobody's watching. That's when you're building your own personal journey. That's when you're building internal willpower. Without that, you're going to lose. You need belief to create the life that you want to live. So it's all about going past and sacrificing now for a life that we're going to live in the future. It's all about how bad you want it, and you have to create sacrifice for the wins, the big wins that you want to create in this life. It starts with what you're doing right now. Everybody wants money, everybody wants the relationships, but it's about what you're doing right now that's going to move your life forward. And the biggest thing that I want to speak on is your internal dialogue. Back in the day when I was going through hard times, I was telling myself I was depressed. I was telling myself I wasn't lucky. I was telling myself I couldn't live a life that other people were living. But that is all not true. And the message of what you say to yourself is true regardless of what you say. So if you say that you're a loser, that's true. And if you say you're a winner, that's true as well. Because what you were thinking in your mind translates into energy and living on a frequency along with the actions that you take on a daily basis, and that people can read and perceive the energy that you are putting out into the universe. That's why you need to be putting out positive energy. You need to be smiling, giving out positive energy, going up to people, meeting people, and just, spreading a positive light in this world, because that's what's going to come back to you, and it's all about having great expectations on life and people. This life is cruel, but, this life is very beautiful. The more that you go about understanding it and learning it, and the more that you become comfortable with yourself, the more that you become a friend within yourself, the more that you start saying to yourself that you can do it. You can do it. Just go one more, because everything's going to pay off. That's the mindset that you need to have to become successful, especially in something hard, of which what I'm going through right now, or the job that I'm doing right now. You're not going to go through and win with a weak mindset. You have to have a strong mindset. You have to know that nobody can stop you, that you're unstoppable. You have to be relentless, and you have to have a great internal dialogue, because that is the elixir to success. Without a good internal dialogue, you will never be successful. You always be staying at the bottom. And that's where I created my own self-belief, is telling myself over and over again, I deserve success. I will win. No matter what stops me, no matter what happens in my life, I will control what I can, and I will win. I will put enough inputs, and I will take massive action to create that within my life. Why? Because I want it bad enough. Everyone wants it, but how bad do you want it, and what are you willing to sacrifice for what you want to create in this life? But it's about 11:30. We're getting ready for bed. We're going to get some good sleep, no weed, no vices, eating clean, making good money, and going to sleep early, around really dialed or a locked in group of individuals. So that are all on the right path. So I'm grateful, I'm blessed, I'm thankful, and I'm so excited for the success that I'm going to create. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're just vlogging the life of Thomas Touhy. We're in Champaign, Illinois. We had a week off from our last blitz, and now we're here in the new blitz. We started Monday. It's about Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. So life is good. And yeah, we're just going to continue to work on creating a better life, because that's all I want. And when I talk about the internal dialogue, the thoughts that you're thinking, it really is so true, because these are the things that I am working on, perfecting, and becoming better at myself, is always thinking about this dream of what I want to create. But not only that, also taking action on it, because I was thinking about it for so long in the past, but that never got me to where I wanted. Taking the risk and getting in the right vehicle is what got me there. But having your mind always on this, living on an energy and a vibration that will attract this, having an internal dialogue that will allow you to do so, is the most important thing. So love yourself before you love others, because how you love others is going to directly correlate to how you love yourself. Work on stoicism, emotional intelligence, emotional control, and I love you guys. I seriously appreciate every single person who watches this video and has been watching my journey. You know, I've made a lot of content, and I'm just blessed. I'm grateful. I have such a drive to become better, and you guys are early because I know I'm going to win. I know I'm going to blow up. I know I'm going to be so successful in this life. And I'm going to appreciate the people who were there for me when I didn't have anything, when I didn't have the money, when I didn't have the relationships, when I didn't have the lifestyle or the habits, you know. Those are who is the true people in life, the people who are ride or dies. It's very hard to find people like that. So I appreciate those who have stuck with me since the start of the journey. Thomas Touhy, out.